day of our SGD 14 summit, focused on life below water. As we continue our important discussions on safeguarding our oceans and marine resources, I'm delighted to introduce today's exceptional speakers who will share their valuable insights and expertise. And over the past 3 days, we have explored various dimensions of SGD 14, examining the challenges facing our oceans and discussing innovative solutions for sustainable marine resource management. And today, we will further enrich our understanding through the diverse perspectives of our distinguished speakers. Before we begin, let me briefly remind us of the significant... Can you hear me? Can you, is it visible? And can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And this call calls upon all nations to conserve and sustainable use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. It addresses issues ranging from the marine pollution and ocean acidification to overfishing and the preservation of coastal ecosystem. Our discussions today will continue to explore how we can collectively work toward achieving these critical objectives. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our speakers for today. Our first speaker is Dr. Mohammad Quest Rezvani, who currently serves as an assistant professor at the School of Commerce and Management in the Sterling Global University, Sir Haryana, India. Dr. Rezvani completed his Doctor of Philosophy in Management from the University School of Management, Kurukshetra University, Haryana in 2024. As a dedicated academician and researcher, he has authored 16 research papers published in reputed national and international journals, including those indexed in UGC care lists and 1 and 2. His scholarly contributions extend to book chapters published by Taylor Francis Group USA, including a biometric study of organizational commitment and job certification in the education sector, and relevance of analytic of work motivation and job certification in the era of Industry 4.0. He is also the author of book Gender Equality and Participation in Policymaking, special reference to India and Afghanistan, published by Lambert Academic Publishing. Beyond academia, Dr. Rezvani actively contributes to global development initiatives as a strategic advisor and international representative for the Hope Foundation in Manta, Ecuador. In this role, he promotes sustainable education and empowerment programs, strengthens international collaborations, and enhances resource mobilization efforts. His international experience includes serves as a guest lecturer at the Mori Paul College in Hungary, and previously holding a significant position as a policymaker at the Ministry of Interior Affairs in Kabul, Afghanistan, as an alumnus of the Afghan University Student Exchange Program funded by the U.S. government, and a former board member of the Organization of Afghan Alumni, sponsored by the U.S. Embassy in Kabul. Dr. Rezvani brings a wealth of international perspectives to our discussions. And dear participants, please join me in welcoming Dr. Mohammad Quest Rezvani. The platform is yours. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Let me first of all really appreciate it from Professor Dr. Rashmi Gujrati Madam, and also thank you so much, sir, for inviting me, and I really appreciated Professor Asina Madam for giving introduction of me. Really appreciated. I am not that much capable, but whatever it was just shared, and respected speakers of today, and also theirs, and respected those people they are listening or maybe watching our program for today. Today, I will discuss some of one of the topics as it mentions, and it's regarding SDG 14s. Before I'm starting the PPT, I will start my presentation with a quote. There is a writer. His name is Albert Penn. He's English writers. He says that what we do for ourselves dies along with us. What we do for the others, it is immortal, and it will be, like we can say, for the future generation. Further, I would like also to share one more quote regarding, we can say, our environments and where we are living. There is Dr. David. He says, surely we have a responsibility to leave for future generations a planet that is healthy and it's habitable by all spaces. So let us start the presentation. I'm trying to share my PPTs. Kindly, ma'am, give me permission. I sent a request. Thank you so much. Is my PPT visible?
Yes.
Oh, great. So the topics today, I'm going to talk, it is about climate disaster, conflict and workforce resilience, a global call for sustainable recovery in Afghanistan. So first of all, as you see, there was a table of contents, and in this table of contents, in briefly, I was explaining about the introduction of this SDG 14 and facts and figures about SDG 14. And then we are coming to our main topic, that is regarding Afghanistan, fragility of Afghanistan, multiple crises, simultaneously, Afghanistan risk level, climate, induced level, affected sector, major drivers of food security, mapping climate vulnerability, quoted regarding climate change 2016, humanitarian context, climate changing strategy, and then we have a term that is ACCSAP revision 2025, and then we have recommendation for the policymakers. So life below waters. So there are some facts and also figures you can see regarding the SDG 14s, and everything is just clears. Every year, 8 million tons of plastic are dumped into our oceans. So it's a very, we can say, huge shockings for all of us. And you see what is happening for the species, for the, like we can say, insect, they are in the ocean and how they are affected. And it is a kind of very dangerous for the insect that they are living in the ocean and rivers. So you can see from the pictures, like there are plastics, whatever. These are the facts. Let me just point out some of the points. It is how long until it is gone. For example, if you're putting a diapers in an ocean, so for 450 years, it will be in that ocean until it will be spoiled. And for a cigarette, for one up to 5 years. So the same for plastic bottle, it will be 450 years. So the same, you can see there are some of the photos, and like for a bottle glass, it is underdetermined. We don't know how to wish that for a long time. For aluminum can, it will be for 200 years. So we should be very careful. And for fishing line, it is regarding 600 years. It will take time. Then it can be we can say demolated. You can see how like natures and how spices, they are affected, but what human they are doing, like using the plastic, using the materials as we discussed, diapers, woods, foods, bottles, So these are very dangerous for the species they are living in the ocean. You can see from these birds, like those people, they are coming to the ocean. So they're using different things, and then they are putting, instead of the garbage, so nearby the river, or maybe near just they're putting in the ocean, and how it affects the birds. So then you can see there are different straw bags and bottles, and then it is just collected from the oceans. And this is show that how we human are irresponsible about our natures. Let me talk about top 10 items collected from the oceans. So we can say the cigarette, what it is regarded, you can see the figures, plastic, food. So 8,000, 8,858, 589. So like you can see plastic bottles. So these are the figures, and also these are the numbers. It shows how like we can find it in the river, and like by responsibility of the people. Another things, the top 5 plastic debris contained in our ocean. The first one is the snack wrapper, like the chips we are eating nearby the rivers. So this is the first you can find a lot. The second one is bottle cap. The third, plastic, and so on. John Muir, he says, when one packs at a single thing in a nature, they find it attached to the rest of the world. What we do in the nature, of course, you just remember it will be affected to the other persons. As we studied, or as we have a code, it says that the good person is a person, he just plant a tree, and maybe after 20 years, 30 years, another people, they can use it. There are some good people, they're making nature, they're making jungles, and they're making forests, but there are also some, we can say some people, they're irresponsible, and what they do today, it will impact our children for the future generations. Let us show a kind of figures. It says like regarding what is going in Japan, Russia, Canada. So there are yellow dots you can see in here. So these yellow dots wasted from different countries trapped by the ocean, like we can say caverns there. Let's come to the topics a little deeply. So what is going on this SDG 14's life below water? So I will show some of the facts and figures for you people. As you see, like we can say we have 2 lakh, the ocean continents near 2 lakhs identify species, but actual number maybe lie by the millions. Till now, like the scientists and we can say the people, they are discovering around 2 lakhs. So the second thing, the ocean absorb about 30% of the carbon dioxide preceded by human, buffering the impacts of global warmings. So you can see the next fact that more than 3 billion people dependent on marine and coastal biodiversity for their livelihood. So the next fact is that as much as 40% of the ocean is heavily affected by the pollution, deeply fishery, loss of the coastal habitat, and other human activities. So conserve and sustainability use the oceans, seas, and marines reservoirs for sustainable development. It means how much we are caring about our rivers, how much we are caring about our seas, ocean, that much we will have sustainable development, that much we have, we can say, peaceful environment for our future generations. The goal 14, it is talking about that around 30 millions of plastic produced globally each year. So some maybe up to 8 to 20 millions get into the ocean, causing a range of negative impacts on marine organism and ecosystem. So how much, like when we are doing without responsibility, rapidly, so how much we are, like we can say, causing damage to the ecosystem. United Nations Environment Program estimated that annual damage for marine plastic at 30 billion per year, and it is yearly growing. The question we can say, or the concern is that yearly it is growing. So the same way scientists predicted that all coral will be threatened by 2050, and that 75% will face high to the critical threat levels. So it is predicted that by 2070, coral reef could be gone altogether. And this is a kind of, we can say, shocking news for all of us. So 1 in 5, 22% landed fish are caught illegally, and that is not allowed, but the people, they are doing that. And then another, we can say, fact is that every year an estimated 10 to 24 billion worth of fish is lost to illegal and unreported and unregulated fishing. So it is needed that UN and the countries, so they should put the policymaker, they should make a kind of strict policies, and there should be, we can say, strictly behavior with those people. They are not following the rules. Only about 40% of the world's ocean are protected, and the vast majority of them are marine parks and reserves as either poorly managed or maybe not looked after all. So they're just, we haven't really care about that one. So marine products areas help to preserve biodiversity, maintain fish stock, and sustain coastal economic and livelihood that depend on a healthy marine ecosystems. So the next topics we're talking just right now about, so Afghanistan, which is located in the Asia, fragility of Afghanistan, multiple crises simultaneously. As I'm from Afghanistan, but currently in India, so we found that like what is going in SDG 14 in Afghanistan. The first thing, we can say complexity overload, the current situation and economic crisis, inflation and employments. So the second, political crisis, you people may know, I guess 2021, we can say the Republic government of Afghanistan collapsed, and right now there are groups of people, so they are radical and they are also create a lot of problems, and there are conflict and wars in Afghanistan. So this is another, we can say, concern. Autocrizations, like ecological crisis, extreme weather events and environmental damage day by day. So we can say yearly, so the weather is just changing, and we are going to the, we can say, global warmings. Social crisis, unfair educational opportunities. Maybe you people just know it is around 1,000, nearby 400 days that the girls are not allowed to go to school. The girls, they're not allowed to go to school in Afghanistan due to the current situation that they are, the current, we can say, government, that is the Taliban, they are not allowed. So education problems, and they are not allowed for the women to do jobs in universities. We can see in NGOs and government. This is another, we can say, risk, and we can say another points that we should raise it here. Unfair access to the labor markets, of course, this is another point. Health crisis, epidemics and pandemics, just we recently go through that one, COVID-19, inadequate sanitization, so that is another. This figure, as you see, it is shows that multiple crises occur when several crises interact and reinforce each other. This figure also shows that different dimension of multiple crises whose multiple affect increased complexity and overwhelm affected societies. Let us come to what is going in Afghanistan, vulnerability to climate change. Afghanistan remains one of the world's most vulnerable country to the climate change. So this is a very dangerous. 6th most vulnerable and least ready to address the impact of climate change. Currently, Afghanistan ranked out of 10, it takes 8th position on the Inform of Climate Change Risk Index. Between 1951 and 2010, Afghanistan mean annual temperature increased by 1.8 Celsius, twice the global average, and that is a kind of big warning again. Future increase in mean annual temperature are expected to be higher than the global average, resulting in increased risk and drought, and annual drought likely becoming norm by 2030. So there is another figures, as you can see, Afghanistan risk level. So you can see Philippines in the first position, and Afghanistan is 96, and another country like Indonesia, India, Colombia. So we have here world risk index, exposure, vulnerability, sustainability. So this PPT will share, and you can just read that one for your more informations. Let us come to the climate index disasters and make it more specific. Like in Afghanistan, there are a lot of floods, so especially when the winters just go, and then after when the winter is finished, then we can say during the spring, so the floods are starting to come, and most of the people and most of the agricultures, so they are taking a lot of disadvantage, or they can take a lot of, we can say, vulnerability because of their lands, droughts, landslides. So this is happening a lot, especially in the southern part of Afghanistan, Jalalabad, such kind of places. There are a lot of time from the mountains, so we can say a landslide is happening. Heat waves, cold wave also. So Afghanistan, sometimes the situation in the winters. So right now it is very different, and there are also most of the time avalanches coming, and it takes a lot of, we can say, like damage to the people. Especially I'm from one of the place that is in the northern part of Afghanistan. It's called Panjshir. So this year also avalanche came, and many people they lost their, we can say, houses, maybe, and also I remember like a family they lost two youngest their sons. So because when they are going, so it comes suddenly, and there is no a kind of precaution, there is no a kind of, we can say, so prediction that they should mention, and or they are just preventing such kind of, we can say, like induced disease. And storm and hail is also an wildfire. So this is also another problem. So the people, they are killing the animals, or they are misusing the, we can say, this spices, and nobody is asking them. Affected sector, water and we can say glacier agricultures, of course. So agriculture, as I talks about, like so this global warmings and also livelihoods, they're also taking a lot of we can say vulnerability regard and like the government is not caring, and also this is the because we have not a good government right now, but this is the responsibility of UN and the world. Actually, we should remember, because of the globalization, this is not right now. We can say it is Afghanistan, it is India, it is Turkey, it is this, because we are all living in one Asia, and of course we are all living in one world. And we should remember there is a person, his name is Sadi. He is one of the poetry. He says that all human are part of one body. Just all world is like a body. So it means if someone is in one place, if India, so of course if there is some problem in India, it will be affected in Turkey. If there is some problem in Turkey, it will be affected in Afghanistan. The same way, vice versa. So we should remember that we are all part of one body. The same like body. If there is a pen in the hand, of course the pen should, we will feel that one in our we can say mind, that we, our brain, that we have such kind of pen. We should remember we are like a bodies. If there is a pen in the leg, of course we feel that one in our heart, and we feel that one in our body. The next one, pasture and forest, biodiversity, ecosystem, livelihood and health, and energy. Major drivers of food security in Afghanistan: less than 50 annual perception it happens. Acidification due to the removal of vegetation, prolonged drought. So you can see the figures here, frequent floods, and I know that there are another speakers, so I'm just like covering some of the part, but the rest of this, so I will share, and maybe you can have for your information. Water availability, fluctuation and patterns. Lack of perception causes erosion and also overgrazing and sustainable livestock and deforestation, commercial logging, and also climate change increase the range or invention range of the pest, weeds, spices due to the temperature rise. Climate change impact accelerate the process of deforestation and land degradation and delay afforestation. This is regarding the food security. And then 2019 NRA 4 appears that biodiversity be declining at an accelerated rate that through Afghanistan affected food security. So these are the figures and also facts. Mapping climate change vulnerability in Afghanistan. So you can see there are divided up to 5 parts, and then there we have climate change, and then vulnerable provinces. For example, desertification. So we have a places, city in Kandahar and Farah. So they are suffering from that. Forest biodiversity loss. So especially there is a place, Konar and Nuristan. So the people, they are using the tree, roots of the tree, and they are sending that one illegally to the Pakistan or to the other countries. Extreme events, northern Afghanistan province, especially Jawzjan, Sarapol, Balkh, Samangan, Kunduz, Takhar, and Badakhshan have a high concern of earthquake and floods. Nuristan, they have also avalanche. I already mentioned the place that I'm originally belong, that is called Panjshir. We have just last year avalanche, and we lost young people, families in that, and a lot of people, they take also damage their houses and their properties. So these are we are facing every year. Human health, epidemics in Baghlan, Badakhshan, Takhar, and Saman, and food security. Of course, it is very important right now. Afghanistan is one of the country under poverty, so food insecurity has increased across Afghanistan. However, central highland region or particularly vulnerable, and water scarcity, southern and west province of Afghanistan. And of course, the capital of Afghanistan, they're facing also water scarcity. And this is a kind of danger and it's a kind of warning to Afghanistan, not only Afghanistan, to the world. So quoted regarding climate change, as average temperature rise over, it is more like that it will become difficult to sustain certain varieties. So there were over 500 species of Afghan wheat around 1955. After almost half a century, there are reported of several species being lost, unfortunately. A probability due to combination of poverty, war, and other, we can say, exigencies, as well as climate change. So mostly Afghanistan, due to the war, we have just from 2021 up to 2000, from 2001 up to 2000, around 20 years, we have a very good situation, 2001 up to 2021. After 2021, mid-August, so Afghanistan, the Republic government collapsed, and then there is coming like a government, so they are very radical and they are very extremism, and day by day the people suffers. Humanitarian context, if I'm talking about this one, current acute food insecurity, September up to October. So it is just, there are figures you can see like what is happening regarding like 11.6 and 25% of the population analysis, people facing high acute food insecurity. So the next one, you can see projected actual food insecurity November 2024 up to March 2025. So the report shows people facing high acute food insecurity and again in need of origin actions. And then we have also food insecurity and malnouristions. 14 millions of people there insecure in Afghanistan, 13 million children and 1 million pregnant women, and new mothers are accumulated, we can say, malnourished. And then national diseases, 184,000 people, they are affected by national diseases in 2024 with over, like we can say, 21,800 house damaged or destroyed. As I just gave recently the report of my village that is fine share, and already we discussed about another places. Girls education, 1.5 million teenager girls are out of school due to an ongoing ban on secondary education for the girls. So the current government, they are not allowed the girls to go to the education as the policy they have for themselves. So you can see a glance on the map. Climate Change Strategy Revision 2024, and it's also, we can say, action for the wars. So climate adaptation priorities, agriculture and food security, there should be water resources, so there should be an options, and disaster risk reduction, so it should be happen, and the people, they should be aware, especially they are in the places that there is avalanche camps, or maybe there are any other risk, health fallings or other things, infrastructure, urban energy, human health. So as we discussed about the mothers who have pregnancy, so these things should be like considered, and gender dimensions, of course, it should be also considered. There should not be discrimination, and as I mentioned again, I would like to mention the girls are not allowed to go to school. See, education is, we just remember, it's a kind of basic right for every humans. So, but still in Afghanistan, due to the current government, it is ignored and they are not allowed. Agriculture and food security, climate smart agriculture practices, climate smart practices such as introducing drought-resistant crop varieties and precision irrigation technique are vital to enhancing productivity and resilience. Promoting crop diversification, reduce dependence on monocultural system, improving food security interface for unpredictable weather. So agriculture, food security, again, soil conservation and food system should be resilient, and sustainable soil management technique should be considered, including treating, like we can say, contouring, framing, and agroforestry play a crucial role in reducing irrigation and maintaining fertility. These methods ensure long-term agricultural productivity and resilience to climate extreme. And our policymaker, or the world policymaker, should consider about that one. So the next next one is strengthening food system through improved storage facility. Transportation should be considered. How we should have network of transportation, market access. So we have a lot of, we can say, vegetable, but we have not market access. Most of the things just go like to the countries, import and export, so illegally, and most of them will be damaged. And our, we can say, people, they have like landed, they take every year a lot of, we can say, damage for their board regarding their we can say lands and regarding their financials. So every year they are taking a kind of, we can say, disadvantage, and this is a kind of big risk. And because if they, if I'm a, for example, landlord, or if I have, for example, I'm agricultural person, every year if I'm in loss and I have not advantage, how should I continue? For the enhance the resilience of agriculture, communities should be, and prevent for food insecurity. Now I'm coming to the conclusions. So first I have like a recommendation for the policymaker, for the wards. So the things it should be consider how to integrate this FCAC and climate change intervention of, as I discussed before, impact of assessment of FCAC intervention in climate action, and integrated this FCAC in the climate change policies and strategy for making better the futures, and enhancing awareness and capacity of this FCAC members in a climate change. Explore opportunity to access climate finance via UN agencies, and also Green Climate Fund, Global Environment Facility, Adoption Fund, Lose and Damage Fund. So they have, we can say, funded, and they can support. Thank you so much. I would like again to mention the quote. So I was mentioning in the first that we should remember that surely we have a responsible to leave for a future generation a plan. This is a healthy and habitable by all species, as our we can say the past generation, they are just giving such a beautiful environment and ecosystem to us. And this is right now our responsibility to take care for our futures generation. With this, thank you so much for your patience, and thank you so much for listening. If there is any question, so you may ask kindly, otherwise, all the best. Thank you so much, and we wish peaceful environment and ecosystem for right now and for our future generation. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor. It's very pleasure to us to hear you, to listen to you. It's very excited and amazing explanations, contributions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And now, have the pleasure of introducing our second speaker, Associate Professor Yelena Prokhorova, who joined us from Kiev National Economic University, named after Vadim Hetman, Ukraine. Dr. Prokhorova serves as the deputy head of the management department and is an active member of both the Faculty of Management Council and the university's Scientific and Methodological Council. She is the distinguished lecturer on business strategy, management, strategic entrepreneurship, and strategic management at MBA, Master and PhD levels. And Dr. Prokhorova has made significant contributions to education through her development of the business course, strategic management for master's students. Her scientific interests focus on managing the process of strategy implementation and organization, culture development. And beyond her academic responsibilities, Dr. Prokhorova has participated in consulting projects aimed at improving the efficiency of enterprises and transitioning them to self-sufficiency. She has facilitated strategic sessions for companies. Please unmute yourself. Someone, I can hear you. Let me to introduce, please. Thank you. for companies and prepared methodological recommendations for top governments managers on strategic management in state authorities at the School of the Senior Civil Service Corps of the National Agency of Ukraine for Civil Service. And Dr. Prokorova's editorial contributions are equally impressive, serving as an honorable international editor for International Impact Factor journals, an honorary member of the editorial board of the AGBCT Journal Group, and an associate editor for the Journal of Studies in Social Sciences and Humanities. Her expertise is strategic management and organizational change, will provide valuable insights into how institutions and business can strategically address the challenges of ocean stability. And please welcome Associate Professor Yelena Prokhorova. The platform is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Asena, for the introduction. I'm grateful to Dr. Rashmi Gujrati for invitation for this big challenge for this event. And now let me share my screen. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's clear. Yes, we can see you. Thank you.
Thank you. My topic is about Black Sea ecosystem, and Black Sea, it is the sea which Ukraine has the seaside, sea coast ecosystem, and situation was changed dramatically after the war began, and I want to tell about these issues. First of all, about sea coast ecosystem in Ukraine, then specific Black Sea ecosystem, and at last war impact on Black Sea ecosystem. Ukraine has an exit to the Black Sea, and there are 6 countries have the sea coast at the Black Sea. Ukraine itself, Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey, Georgia, and Russia. You see the sea coast of Ukraine, this green line was very large and long, but after the war began, the Crimea Peninsula was occupied, and now we have no so long sea coast, but as an earlier we have the sea coast, and we use widely Black Sea water as water transport, and also we have to care about Black Sea ecosystem. Before the war, there were a lot of recreation centers at the sea coast of Black Sea in Ukraine, and also, for example, in our country, a lot of recreation services were popular in Bulgaria. So we used Ukrainian sea coast, and also a lot of people had their vacations at Bulgaria and, of course, on Turkey, sea coast of the Black Sea. But there are 3 years of war, and war goes on in Black Sea too, and we have a lot of such military surprises in the waters of Black Sea. And as for me personally, I'm not sure that I will ever swim in the Black Sea as it was in the previous years, because who knows how many such military surprises we have in the water of this Black Sea. And now let me tell you about a very interesting ecosystem of Black Sea itself. The Black Sea is very deep, up to 2,200 meters deep, but its specific feature, and Black Sea maybe it is unique, only single sea in the world, which has a very interesting ecosystem. The life exists only nearly at 100 meters under the surface, but nearly up to 90% of the volume of the Black Sea, it is a very toxic gas, hydrogen sulfide, and it is not life in the most volume of the Black Sea. And this gas, it is very toxic, and it may kill all the living entities at the sea coast and also at the surface of the water. And the big task, the great task for researchers and scientists to study this situation, and they have to think how to protect the life at the sea coast from this toxic gas. Because, it is a very interesting fact that, for example, Crimea Peninsula, it is a mountain. There are mountains on the south, and on the north there are steppes, prairies. And it is not only the single geological platform, there are two different geological platforms at the Crimea. And that's why sometimes there are very powerful, dramatic earthquakes in Crimea and in the nearest countries at the sea coast of the Black Sea. For example, the last very strong earthquake in Crimea was in the year 1921, and a lot of ancient monuments which were built maybe 1,000 years ago, they were destroyed only 100 years ago when it was a very big earthquake. And when it is earthquake, this gas, this toxic gas comes to the under the surface, and it may kill all what is living on the sea coast, and also the surface of the water may be in fire, and it is a great problem how to save lives and save ecosystem of the Black Sea and the coast in the situation when it is possible earthquake. And also there are two big rivers cross the area of our country, and it is Dnieper River and Dniester River, and these rivers flow to the Black Sea, and also the ecosystem of these rivers also has impact on the Black Sea ecosystem. There are cascade of hydroelectric power plants on these rivers, and these plants have an impact on water, river ecosystem, and of course on the ecosystem of the Black Sea. And one of the biggest hydroelectric power station in our country on the Dnieper River was built in the year 1932. It was the period of industrialization in our country, and this hydroelectric station is the biggest, most powerful, and also when it was built, all the river became navigable, and the ships may go to the Black Sea from the very beginning, from the north of the country to the south and to the Black Sea. War impact on the water resources and on the sea resources in our country. Nearly 2 years ago, one of the hydroelectric stations was exploded, and a lot of water came down the river and to the Black Sea. And it was a very big flooding area near the station and up to the Black Sea. And what were the results of this hydroelectric power station explosion? A lot of different dirty furniture, houses, and so on. Dead animals and dead fish flew into the Black Sea, which is not good impact on the Black Sea ecosystem. Also a very important item, it is about the level of salt in the Black Sea, and after the explosion of the hydroelectric station, the level of salt decreased significantly, and as a result, it's led to mass death of shellfish. Shellfish, as usual, they work as filters in the sea, so you see that the filters are not working clear after this catastrophe and eco-catastrophe. At the same time, it is a high level of chemical elements and petroleum products which led to thousands of dead dolphins in the Black Sea, and also a lot of dead fish in the sea. So it is really ecological catastrophe, and I think that the results of this catastrophe we may see during many years. When 1 year late passed from this catastrophe, you may see that areas which were under the water, now it is not water there, but we have maybe forests at this place. And nowadays, when war is not over, nobody plans to rebuild this hydroelectric power station. But at the same time, a lot of specialists have discussions. Is it necessary to recover this station, or maybe let it be a natural ecosystem without a lot of water in this area? And finally, how we have to protect the Black Sea, which is not only the ownership of Russia or Ukraine, but there are 6 countries who have coast at the Black Sea and use the water resources of Black Sea. From the legislation point of view, the situation is great. In the year 1992, 6 countries which are situated at the Black Sea, they signed the Convention for the protection of the Black Sea against all possible kinds of pollution. But nowadays you see that it is war, and this convention doesn't work at this time. And also we have an International Black Sea Day. It was established on October 31, the year 1996, and also governments of 6 countries signed the Strategic Action Plan for the restoration and protection of the Black Sea. So we have the legislation how to protect the Black Sea. The next step, we have to do something in order to put this legislation and hopes into the reality. So it's briefly all information about Black Sea protection, water resources of the Black Sea. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Yanina. I agree with you about that. We are neighbors with the Black Sea region countries. We know that, and it's very important. And thank you for your contribution. And now I want to call Dr. Türkmen. Dr. Nermin Ceren Türkmen, who is my best friend at the same time, and my roommate in our office. And Dr. Türkmen is, I will introduce her, and it's very important for me. And here is my explanation. Our third distinguished speaker today is Dr. Nermin Ceren Türkmen, Assistant Professor at the Department of International Trade and Business at Sakarya University of Applied Sciences in Turkey. And Dr. Türkmen holds a PhD in economics from Yıldız Technical University and MBA from the same institution, and a bachelor degree in economics from Middle East Technical University. She brings over 15 years of professional experience spanning academia, banking, and financial management before joining Sakarya University of Applied Sciences 2018. Dr. Türkmen served as a lecturer and head of finance, banking, and insurance department at Sakarya University. Her professional journey also includes valuable experience at Beykent University as a research assistant, at Ziraat Bank as a specialist in corporate banking, and at Istanbul Technical University as a research assistant. Earlier in her career, she worked at Türkiye İş Bankası in both financial management and commercial banking marketing divisions. Dr. Türkmen's research portfolio is impressive, with numerous publications in respected journals on topics including resource economics, industrial development, banking sector performance, and sustainable economic growth. Her paper it will be very attractive and amazing, I know. And dear participants, please join me in welcoming Dr. Nermin Ceren Türkmen. The platform is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Asena. I'm stressful after this introduction. Dear colleagues, it's my pleasure to share with you today my research titled Circular Economy Policies for Conservation, Sustainability, Management and Restoration of Marine and Coastal Ecosystems, the Role of Global Cooperation. First of all, do you see my presentation? Is there a problem?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, my voice is okay, then no problem.
No problem. All is clear. Good to go.
Sorry? I didn't hear you. I'm continuing. Okay, thank you, Professor. And let's introduce first. Today, my research perspective positions a circular economy framework not as a technical end goal, but as systems level response to persistent failures of linear maritime resource governance. My inquiry focuses on the political economy and institutional architecture required to operationalize SDG 14, not through isolated conservation strategies, but via coordinated transnational circular economy policy that simultaneously regenerates ecological value and transform economic logics across maritime sectors. Let's start from the fragmentation of the systems thinking in ocean governance. The governance of marine and coastal ecosystems remains fragmented by sector, jurisdiction, or regulatory logic. This institutional structure undermines ecological restoration efforts despite multilateral commitments. In contrast, this circularity offers not merely a framework of waste minimization, but a reconstitution of value generation process which embeds environmental thresholds within the core of the economic functionality. Through a systemic lens, circularity in marine context compels us to rethink policy coherence, material flows, and the infrastructural base of the blue economy. When we think circular economy is a regulatory calibration, and in policy terms, the marine circularity necessitates a recalibration of regulatory instruments across three axes. The first of all is life cycle-based regulations, such as extended producer responsibility in some fisheries or port operations can internalize ecological costs. Secondly, performance-based standards as opposed to prescriptive ones enable adaptive compliance in technologically heterogeneous maritime sector. And thirdly, regional harmonization, which can bridge jurisdictional bodies and align incentives across shared ecosystems. These are not merely technocratic adjustments, but they represent some epistemic shifts in how environmental responsibility is institutionalized. When we turn to the economic instruments and the rescaling of blue value, we can see three items. Beyond regulation, these economic instruments recalibrate marine value chains by rescaling where and how economic worth is recognized. Blue carbon markets, when equitably governed, illustrate this shift, transforming the ecosystem services into financial assets. Similarly, the blend finance models and the blue bonds, there is innovation in high capital maritime sectors. The transition from extractive to regenerative value creation demands not only capital, but also confidence aligned with long-term ecological resilience. When we turn to the knowledge politics and capacity asymmetries, we see the circular transitions are not neutral technical pathways. There are three problems in this issue. First of all, knowledge asymmetries persist, particularly disadvantaging small island developing states and coastal nations. Moreover, the dominant narratives of circularity often emanate from the global north, and effective marine circularity must therefore decolonize not only financial flows, but also knowledge regimes. Policy instruments must be co-designed with local actors and embedded in pluralistic understanding. And let's turn to the three archetypes of the circular economy application. In this sense, empirically, we can identify three archetype pathways. The first one is the plastic circularity via EPR and value chain integration in high-capacity concepts such as Netherlands. The second archetype may be biomass circularity through fisheries, byproduct valorization, and community-based management, notably in Iceland and Fiji, etc. The third archetype may be habitat circularity, which is exemplified by Costa Rica's Marine Restoration Fund and Australia's science-led reef adaptation models. Case demonstrates the scalar, financial, and social-political variables that mediate the translation of circular principles into marine realities. But of course, the circular economy disclosure doesn't come with no contradiction. The first contradiction can be green extractivism, which remains a critical concern. Secondly, there's a symbolic compliance, which also includes the risk of greenwashing. Thirdly, there is distributional injustice. We should first give an answer to the questions who benefits. And we should evaluate, maybe generate enough kinds of metrics which must incorporate justice and intergenerational equity, not just efficiency. When we turn to an integrated framework for SDG 14, aligned circular goals with biodiversity and climate policy. Secondly, embedded circular economy into port and procurement policy. Thirdly, developing monitoring tools for material and ecosystem regeneration. And integration across policy domain is crucial. When we turn to the global cooperation must shift to an structural interdependence. Maybe binding global plastic treaty through all of the nations. Equitable blue finance facilities should be enabled also. Thirdly, South-South and triangular circular alliances. We conceptualize cooperation as a mutual maritime stewardship. And circular economy can represent a normative shift toward regenerative human-ocean relationship. In that sense, achieving SDG 14 demands institutionalizing circular economy as transformation. Circular economy in that sense is not a compliance, it's a transformation. We should call action, and our vision should be beyond that horizon. And thank you for your attention. I'd like to take it short for fitting the time schedule. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer.
Thank you. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for your contribution, for that insightful presentation on the economic dimensions of ocean sustainability. And thank you to our distinguished speakers for your enlightening presentations all. And thank you, our engaged audience, for your participations. And as we conclude the fourth day of our SDG 14 summit, let us carry forward valuable insights gained today into the ongoing efforts to protect and sustainably manage our oceans and marine resources. Our collective action is crucial for the health of our planet and the well-being of current and future generations. I look forward to welcoming you all back tomorrow for the fifth day of our summit, and where we will continue to explore innovative approaches to advancing SDG 14 objectives. Thank you all, and giving two words to Mr. Professor Gujrati. Here you are, my friend.
Thank you very much, Ashina. And it's a great pleasure. Our friend Yes, students, I think that your mic has been muted. Shalini Goel, please mute yourself. Shalini, please mute yourself. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Yelena, Dr. Mohammed Quays, and Dr. Serene. You have focused on SDG 14 goal, and you have enlightened related with a business, economic, how it impacts and how it is very important in our life. Today is our 4th day. We are going to be completed, and I hope that the student have got lot of information from our international speakers. Thank you very much. We will join tomorrow, same time on same platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.